you weren't using Meta. So you get a Facebook page. What did it have? 5 or 10,000 followers or something?
20.
20. Okay. So he was doing well. Okay. So how does that convert to getting so many newsletter subscribers or people who have subscriptions or what'd you do?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that we did was that we still had our page, which doesn't have that many followers because we were just sharing the links. It was automated, and it was just, we had it set up to where whenever we published, then it would just go to the page. But then to read the story, you had to subscribe. You had to provide your email in order to read the story. And so that was the trick. That's how we did it. And then one of the other tricks was that we hired a bunch of photographers to go to all of these events that are out there, and then the sporting events, everything, and then publish the photo galleries. So that's the component that's not automated, is that we'll do all of those. And, everybody wants to see, like, if they're in a photo, they're going to, okay, I got to get my email to be able to see my photos. Yeah. That's not much of an ask because they just all did it. And that was kind of how we grew it over the years. And still continue. That's, when we do those, that's the biggest draw.
So yeah, I mean, it's super interesting. I love these kind of, I mean, I don't know if this would qualify as a growth hack, but I mean, kind of, and it's just creative. I remember when you told me that a long time ago. I was like, oh my God, that is such a good idea. So, but I think, or you tell me, let's just get into, you have a paid version of your plan, right? People can pay to be a member, and you have a relatively large amount of people paying you. I mean, you're making real money from this, right?
Yeah, the largest chunk of our revenue is from individuals that have paid.
Okay, so it is okay. What do they? Is this where it's is it $20 a year or $25 a year, something like that?
Yeah, so it's $25 for the year or $20 a month.
So I mean, is that like a price anchoring?
Yeah. And what's crazy is how many people actually just pay the $20 a month. This is nuts.
Oh, really? Okay. People just not paying attention, basically. Just like, I don't want annual, even though it's the same price. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Okay. All right, we'll ignore that. That's interesting. But so you got a lot of people paying you, call it, say, $25 a year. What are they getting for that? And also, how are you convincing them to just do it at all? Or like, what's the whole thought there? Because I think just for context, as I'm sure most people know, this is generally deemed a difficult thing to do, is to get people to pay monthly or whatever, pay for, call it, local media. That is traditionally seen as relatively hard. So it seems like you maybe have cracked that in some way. So what are you doing that's different?
Yeah, the biggest thing that we did was that we started putting some of the content that was like the photo galleries. We would just put it behind the paywall too. So originally it's like the growth hack to get the subscribers. Then we did the, hey, you got to subscribe with your email in order to see the photos. Well, then we transitioned it, and okay, some of these are going to be on the paid tier. Now, what we did that was kind of interesting was that we opened it to where if we had a sponsor for an event, then we would make it to where you only had to give your email. If we didn't have a sponsor for the event, then we would put it on the paid. And so it kind of drove revenue both ways, because then we would get, somebody would go, oh, like some team, one high school, their sports were free, and these other ones were not. And so then a business would go, like, how much does it cost to sponsor? That way, then, like, that's the team I care about. Then I want, all of the fans of that team to be able to see this for free. And so then we would get sponsors out of it too.
Mate, that's real. So when you say sponsor an event, like you're not, these aren't your events. You're talking about just sponsoring like the baseball team.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So like the dad on the team who like got a business, like, I'll pay these guys to like make this, so I can be the good guy to everybody.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Was that like on a per event basis or like a per team, like for the year kind of thing?
So it's like, sometimes there's events like, like some of the car dealerships will do I'm trying to think, they'll have like a concert or something that they put on out there at their, dealership lot. And those ones are obviously like they sponsored it. But then we would go to like, let's say it's like a high school football team, and it's like, one team, they would pay for like that season of that season. Sport. And be like, okay, I'm going to go over to football and I'll cover this team. And we would have a package for that. And then, then it's pretty easy to, so then you drive revenue from the teams that didn't get the sponsor. Then those, I mean, frankly, like the family members or, like the friends or whatever, they want to see the photos. And really like even like, the kids, there's a photo of me catching a touchdown. I'm
You're-
gonna do whatever. $25? Yeah, I'm
yeah.
bet that to get, or I want that photo.